The rain hadn't stopped all night. The wind howled against the windows like the world itself was mourning something unseen. But inside a small apartment on the edge of the city, Sophie Evans sat awake, staring at the ceiling with tired eyes full of hope. Today was the day. Today was her chance to change everything for herself and for her 6-year-old daughter, Mia. After months of juggling cleaning jobs by day and coding courses by night, Sophie had finally secured an interview at Novacore Technologies, one of the fastest-growing companies in the city. Before stepping out, she hugged Mia tightly. "If this works out, baby, life's going to get better. I promise." Mia smiled, sleepy-eyed and innocent, her voice a whisper. "You're already a hero, Mama." The rain was coming down in sheets. Sophie left Mia at school and rushed to where her old Honda Civic waited, only to find a flat tire. Her heart sank, but she didn't stop. She tightened her coat, adjusted her bag, and took off running through the flooded streets toward the nearest bus stop. She was drenched, but determined. Then, just before crossing an alleyway, something made her stop cold. Out of the corner of her eye, she saw movement. A small, mud-covered, shaking dog lay by the roadside. It was soaked to the bone, whimpering, one leg twisted at an awkward angle. People walked past. Cars sped by. But Sophie couldn't. She just couldn't. She knelt down in the mud, her hands trembling not from the cold, but from heartbreak. "Hey there, little one, it's okay," she whispered, tearing a strip from her scarf to gently wrap the dog's injured leg. She gave it the last bit of water from her bottle, pulled a biscuit from her bag, meant for Mia, and offered it with trembling hands. The dog licked her palm, its eyes softening, leaning into her as if to say, "Thank you. This was for my daughter, but today, you needed it more." She found a covered corner nearby, built a dry little space with newspapers and branches, laid the pup down, and whispered, "I'll come back for you. I promise. You're not alone anymore." And then she ran. By the time she arrived at Novacore, Sophie was a mess. Mud on her coat, rain dripping from her hair, shoes soaked through. People in the lobby stared, confused, some smirking, others whispering. A polished assistant frowned. "Ma'am, may I help you?" Before Sophie could respond, a deep, calm voice cut through the murmurs. "Sophie Evans." She turned, heart pounding. The man standing before her was tall, impeccably dressed, with kind but observant eyes. Daniel Cole, the CEO of Novacore himself. "Why yes. I'm so sorry I'm late." She began, breathless. Something happened on the way." Daniel nodded, gesturing gently. "Come with me." Instead of a cold interview room, he led her to a quiet lounge. A towel, a clean jacket, and a pair of slippers were already waiting. Sophie looked at him, startled. "I don't understand." He smiled. "We keep these things for people who don't let rain stop them. And for those who stop for others, even in the rain." Once she had dried off, he sat across from her and said, "So, what made you late, really?" She hesitated. Then took a deep breath. 2 years ago, I lost my husband in a car accident. It's just been me and my daughter since. I clean homes during the day, and I study every night. I know I'm not the most polished candidate. But today, I was almost on time. Then I saw a hurt dog in the street. No one stopped. I couldn't leave it there." Her voice cracked. "I know I probably ruined my chances, but I didn't want to walk away from something helpless. I couldn't." Daniel sat silently for a moment. Then he stood and offered his hand. "Sophie Evans, you didn't ruin anything. In fact, you just reminded me what real leadership looks like. We're not just hiring skills at Novacore. We're hiring humans. And you, Sophie, are the kind we need more of." Tears welled up in her eyes. "So, I'm hired?" He laughed gently. Not just hired. I want you to lead a new initiative, to train and mentor women re-entering the workforce. Who better to guide them than someone who's fought her way forward with kindness as her compass? That night, Sophie sat at the dinner table, holding Mia's little hands in hers. Guess what, sweetheart? Mia tilted her head. We're getting a puppy. Sophie laughed. Even better, your mama got the job. Weeks later, Sophie became one of the most beloved members of the Novacore team. Not just because of her talent, which was undeniable, but because of her spirit. Her strength. Her empathy. And true to her word, the very next day after the interview, she returned to the same spot. And brought that little brown dog home.